Okay, so EastEnders just killed off a character and now two major faces are coming back from the dead. Well, not literally, but you get it. Jono Highway is gone, the funeral's about to go down, and let me tell you, this is not your average soap opera send-off. Buckle up because Walford is about to get messy. What's up, Gossip Galaxy fam? If you thought your family reunions were awkward, wait until you hear what's happening on EastEnders right now. We've got death, drama, and the kind of family dysfunction that makes Thanksgiving dinner look like a peaceful meditation retreat. Jono Highway, Callum's awful, homophobic, abusive father, just dropped dead in the middle of an argument, and honestly, the timing couldn't be more soap opera if they tried. But here's where it gets wild. His funeral is bringing back not one but two characters we haven't seen in years, and trust me, this is going to be the most uncomfortable family gathering since, well, every family gathering ever. Let's rewind for a second because context is everything. Jono Highway was not winning Father of the Year awards anytime soon. This man showed up to Walford back in the day being openly homophobic, got into fights about pride, tormented his sons Callum and Stuart their entire lives, and basically made everyone's life miserable. Classic villain behavior. Fast forward to recently, he rolls back into town, launches a homophobic attack on Eve, gets arrested, and then has the audacity to show up at Callum's flat asking for money while drinking beer and complaining about his benefits being cut. Real charming guy, right? So Callum's trying to have this heart-to-heart with his disaster of a dad, and Jono's sitting there saying he always wished Callum was with a woman, proving he hasn't changed at all. The man's literally drinking himself to death while being horrible, and then, plot twist, he actually clutches his chest and dies right there. Soap opera karma at its finest. But here's the kicker. Before he goes, he tells Johnny Carter, Callum's boyfriend, that he's ashamed of his son. His last words were hate. Johnny, being an actual angel, lies to Callum and says Jono asked for forgiveness instead because some secrets are kinder than the truth. Now here's where things get absolutely chaotic. Jono's funeral is happening and guess who's coming back? Ben Mitchell and Stuart Highway. That's right, the ex-husband and the estranged brother are both showing up for this absolute disaster of a day. Ben's getting day release from prison, because of course he's in prison. This is EastEnders, and Stuart's coming back even though he's been living his best life away from Albert Square with Rainey. Max Bowden and Ricky Champ are both confirmed to return for this storyline and honestly, the tension is going to be thick. Think about it. You've got Callum, who's now with Johnny and trying to process his abusive father's death. You've got Ben, the ex-husband who Jono literally blamed for turning Callum gay and who once got punched by Phil Mitchell defending Callum's honor. And you've got Stuart, the older brother who suffered the same abuse and probably has his own complicated feelings about dear old dad kicking the bucket. Put them all in a room at a funeral for a man nobody liked and you've got a recipe for the most awkward, emotionally explosive scenes imaginable. What makes this whole situation even more devastating is that Callum's left grieving a relationship that never was. He's mourning the father he never had, the acceptance he'll never get, and the closure that died with Jono in that flat. And now he has to navigate a funeral with his ex-boyfriend and his brother while pretending everything's fine. The man just found out his dad's last thoughts were shame and disappointment, even if he doesn't know the truth yet. That's the kind of emotional gut punch that soap operas live for, and EastEnders is serving it up with extra drama on the side. Johnny's sitting on this horrible secret, Ben's going to show up with all their history hanging in the air, Stuart's probably going to have feelings about everything, and Callum's just trying to survive what might be the worst week of his life. It's messy, it's complicated, and it's exactly the kind of storyline that reminds us why we can't stop watching these shows. This storyline isn't just about shock value though. It's actually diving into some real, heavy stuff about family trauma, homophobia, and what it means to grieve someone who hurt you. How do you mourn someone who spent their life making yours harder? What do you do when the person who was supposed to love you unconditionally never did? These are questions a lot of people deal with in real life, and EastEnders is putting it front and center. Plus, bringing back Ben and Stuart for this moment shows that family, chosen and blood, shows up when things get hard, even when it's uncomfortable. The dynamic between Callum, Johnny, and Ben is going to be fascinating to watch too. How do you navigate your current relationship when your ex shows up at your homophobic father's funeral? How does Stuart fit into all this after building a life away from the family trauma? This is the kind of layered storytelling that keeps soap operas relevant even after decades on air. So there you have it, Gossip Galaxy crew. EastEnders is about to deliver one of the most dramatic, emotionally complex funeral scenes we've seen in a while, and honestly, I'm here for every uncomfortable, tear-filled second of it. Jono Highway might be gone, but the chaos he left behind is just getting started. Will Callum ever find out what his dad really said? How will Ben and Stuart's returns shake things up? And can this family ever find peace, or are they destined to keep reliving trauma at every major life event? If you're as obsessed with this storyline as I am, smash that like button and drop a comment telling me your predictions for this funeral disaster. Are you Team Ben or Team Johnny? Do you think Stuart's going to spill some family secrets? And seriously, how is Callum still standing after everything life keeps throwing at him? Subscribe to Gossip Galaxy because we're dropping multiple videos today and you know we're covering every twist, turn, and dramatic revelation coming out of Walford. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single update. Until next time, stay messy, stay informed, and remember, your family drama might be bad, but at least you're not dealing with EastEnders levels of chaos.